Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Neecee Lexy Season 4. And in our first episode of Season 4, I have the lovely Britney Imade with me here. She is a force to be reckoned with. I'm super excited to have her for the first time in the Neecee Lexy platform. But before I start, I want to give her a chance and opportunity to introduce herself, to tell her all about the amazing things she has been doing. She recently have launched her first book for children book, and as well as she's also a poet. She's also just completed her first year at York University studying law and society. So please welcome Britney for the first time in Neecee Lexy. How you doing, girl?
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. So for all our listeners that are just tapping in and getting to know you, can you like a little bit explaining about who you are and what you do?
Okay, thank you. Yes, my name is Britney Imade. I'm a Nigerian born Canadian. I'm 19 years old and I'm studying law and society at York University. I love writing and I wrote my book, Beauty of Change, that we're going to talk about today. I love writing poetry also. I love dancing, watching movies. I love reading. Yeah, and I'm just a young girl that's determined, hardworking, and just wants to make herself known out there and just put herself out there and show the world what talents God has blessed her with. Yeah.
Amazing. And you're basically a young girl with talents. So let's focus about your book first of all, because that's like a big deal. You have launched your book. Can you tell us a little bit about your book and what inspired you to actually write it?
Okay, so my book is titled Beauty of Change, Beauty of Change. And this book is a children's book. I specifically wrote it for children, but anyone could like benefit from this book, like get something out of it. But it's mainly and specifically geared towards like children. This book is basically about changes. We go through changes in life. Sometimes these changes could have a big effect on your life, but sometimes you just have to accept change and make the best of it. And sometimes when you embrace change, good things can come out of it. So it's not always negative. So this book is like also an affirmation kind of thing for kids, like to like know that it's okay. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to not understand, but just know that you can overcome. Like, don't put yourself, don't relegate yourself, or don't like, not have faith in yourself. Believe, like you have to have faith in yourself that you can conquer whatever challenge that may come your way, or whatever change that may like bring any type of hindrance or any type of obstacle towards your. Like you just have to be able to accept that change, embrace it, and conquer it. Yes.
Amazing, amazing. There is so many wisdom behind it. And I love the fact that it is not only just to read a book, but it's a book full of affirmation. It's a book full of inspiration and, you know, to kind of get you to look into change as in positive a light of it. So I love that idea behind it. Can you dig a little bit deeper about the process of you creating the book? Was it, when did you think that, oh my God, I want to publish a book? What was that decision? Is this like, okay, just an overnight, maybe I should write a book of affirmation, or did it take like a year's planning behind the scene?
Okay, so for this book particularly, I already like wrote it before in the past. Like I wrote it like a year and a half ago. Just there, like I read it to my mom, my siblings, of course. And I told them, this is what I wrote. And then my mom's like, this is really good. But like, I kind of kept it in the back and never really did anything with it.
Yeah.
And one of my mom's friends, like also recently wrote a book. And like my mom saw that and she instantly remembered my book. I even forgot about it. Like what I wrote, that story I wrote, I kind of forgot about it. And she's like, Britney, didn't you write something? I'm like, yeah. She's like, you can do something about it. Like you can't just you're a good writer. You can't just let that just go like that. That's talent. You can't waste it. I'm like, yeah, Mom, maybe I'll do something about it. She's like, no, now we're gonna do something now. We're gonna find who can publish it for you and who can like help you, you know, just perfect it so it can go out for selling. And yeah, that's what happened. We didn't waste any time at that moment. So once she discovered that, boom, 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 we made sure each day we kept up to date, and we just made sure we did everything to make sure that book was out, and everything went as planned. And I'm really happy. Shout out to my publisher, the Daughter of King Publishing, ran by the CEO, I would say, Farah Hodgson. She was there with us. She's been the person to guide and help us. So yeah, shout out to her for helping make that process more smooth and more easy, like to go through.
Amazing, amazing. I love the fact that, you know, not only did you wrote this book about a year ago, but it's just like in the light of all the pandemic and all, you decided to, you know what, I have this passion that I've been hiding from the world. It's the time for me to, you know, to unleash it out and actually share it with the talent, with the world. Great job on that. I know you're also influenced by a lot of academia in your household, whether it's your dad and your mom. Can you tell us a little bit about how that's impacting you with your whole journey as a writer and as an author as well?
Yes. Yes. My parents have a major impact and they're a major inspiration behind a lot of things I do, specifically writing, because they've always taught me from a young age that education is key. Education is like the success, is the key to all success. And if you really think about it, whether people want to trivialize it or not, if you really think about it, it is like you can't really do anything in this world without having like a basic education or some knowledge about something. Everything is like surrounded around knowledge. And they always taught that to me and my siblings. They always embedded that. They put that in they instilled that in our minds. And then we always like have it repeat, or how would I say it? Like we have that in our mind all the time, in the back of our heads, that education, we cannot play with our education, because our education, especially like sometimes if you think about it as a minority group being Black, sometimes you realize that in society you have to work like 2 times, 3 times as hard as the other race. And like when you have education, it gives you like it gives you a leverage, you know? So they taught us that, and seeing them in the academia space, being successful, masters, my mom doing her PhD, my dad got his master's, my mom did her master's already. Like they already set the bar for us just to show us that education really is important, no matter your age. Even at their age, they went back to school just to show us that education really matters. It helps you to build your successful future. And so that really stuck out to me. And that's another reason like why I don't really play with my writing anymore, because like I can really do something with my writing. I shouldn't trivialize this talent that God gave me. So yeah, so they really inspired me. That's why I also dedicated that book to them and my little sister, because I want to inspire her too, because she's young. So yeah.
Amazing, amazing. I love the whole inspirational, but also like the whole foundation that you have within your household to encourage you to know to set education as like the key, because we all know that in order for us to move forward in life, education kind of plays a huge part of it. It's almost like a lottery ticket for most of us as a minority. And I love the fact that you have highlighted that point of view, because to show that this is our ticket, it's our gateway to success. And that's why we need to educate ourselves and to continue on being inspired by education as well. I know you're also a poet. So and congratulations. I know your mom has mentioned that you actually won an award for York University, one of the poetry that you have. Can you just tell us a little bit about that experience and what was the poem all about?
Okay, thank you so much. So that was just very, like, I was surprised myself that I won, because like, I don't know, I just have this kind of spirit where I'm like, sometimes let me just try, like, even if I don't get it, you know, what's the harm in trying? So I got an email from like our school, because they send like a lot of like, you know, emails. Sometimes you just want to disregard them, but I was like, nah, I like to read through them. You never know, there's maybe scholarship opportunities or like contests like the one I entered. And so I seen it one day and I was like, let me just enter this contest. Like I read the rules and like, okay, I think my poem, like I sent 2 poems. I'm like, okay, I think they fit the criteria. Let me just send it in. But the thing is, I think we were busy on the day I was supposed to like present it, but they gave the option of just sending in your poem, even though you're not there to present it. So I did the second option because I wasn't available on that day.
Yeah.
So I sent it in. I sent one of my poems. It's called "Is My Skin a Sin?" Obviously talks about race, being a Black girl. And the second poem was another Black man down. So that was inspired by the George Floyd situation, the whole crisis concerning that situation. And I sent in both. I'm not sure exactly which one of the 2 won, but they said one of them got like the one like in the top 3, in the top 4 or 3. Yeah, top. And the other one was like in the top 10, but one of them won. I'm pretty sure though, it was "Is My Skin a Sin?" which is I wrote about like being Black girls, like a rhyming poem. Also another Black man down is also kind of a rhyming poem. Just talks about the problems Blacks encounter in America. The first one is about more accepting yourself for who you are, the skin you're in, what you were born with, because sometimes you may question a lot when you're bullied or when you're made to feel that something is wrong with your color. You may be questioning, why do I have this? How come I have to be the one that has to face it? How come I have to be the other? Yeah.
Exactly.
So those poems were like, I get inspired by like my environment, or just like something like even a picture can just inspire my poetry. So that's what I love about poetry. I can get inspired by almost anything. And that's what happened with those poems. And I was lucky enough to win, I think it was, $75. In 3rd place for best public policy poem.
Yeah.
So I was really happy about that. Like I didn't expect it, but I got it. So I was really happy.
Congratulations. Well, just for the fact that both of them made it to top 10 and then one of them making it to top 3, this is a huge accomplishment for you as a poet and as a writer. This is something you can also add it into your CV going forward. Be like, you know what? As a 19-year-old, I have accomplished so much so far. And this is only the beginning for your success as a writer going forward. So congratulations for all that you have been doing. And I definitely see that there's a brighter future for you. So continue on going with the stuff that you've been doing.
Thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. So during the whole process of you publishing and writing your book, because I know you wrote it a year ago, but then you published it this year, what would be some of the most memorable moment or experience so far with your book?
I think like really just seeing people, especially like family and friends, like just support me by buying the book and be really excited. Like, when is it coming out? Like when it was like about to release, everyone like anticipating the book release really made me feel like loved. And it just showed me that like, wow, I have a big support system around me. And I really appreciated that. That really got me like happy. And like, I was really overwhelmed with like so many emotions. Like, wow, people really want to support me. So that was one thing. And just like I said earlier, my publisher, she was with us the whole way through. We didn't have any problems, no issues. Everything went so smoothly. And she was like, just like an angel, because she just made everything much better. Working with her was a great experience. I would recommend her to anybody that wants to publish either an adult book or a children's book, because she just made that process much better and more enjoyable, and just a great experience that I want to even make another book as soon as possible. So yeah, that's how I felt.
Amazing. And this book is also available on Amazon. It's called Beauty of Change. So you guys could all go there, support your girl. Make sure you get the paper version, as well as there's there's an audio ebook. Audio ebook. Amazing. So you can get any one that fits your lifestyle. So make sure to go support Britney by ordering her book, and you will find it on Amazon. I will also be posting the link in the description below in our YouTube channel, and her article is also available on our website. So feel free to also check it out there. Going even further a little bit, I know that during the whole process of writing And there's so many, obviously, the excitement, the people wanted to see, the anticipation. Those were all part of the happy moments. What advice do you have for our younger viewers who are 19 or younger, or even like older than a 19, that are considering on actually launching a book or releasing a book? What advice would you give them from your experience so far?
Okay. Yes. From my experience, I would say, like, if you plan on launching a book or like showcasing your writing talent in a book form or whatever, I would suggest that, like, you make sure you're organized, have everything, what you want, everything that you want put in that book. You express what you want. That's a major thing. You have to make sure it's exactly what you want. Don't be afraid to tell the publisher or anything exactly what you want, because at the end of the day, it's your book. You want to be proud of what you created. You don't want to regret and say, oh, I should have. No, you have to express everything right there and then when it comes down to coming up with the final like template before you publish. That's a major thing, because I made sure that everything in that book was everything I wanted, so that when I read that book, I'm like, okay, yes, this is my book. This is everything I wanted. I think that's a major thing. And organization in terms of like having everything that's like properly structured, because it helps with the process, make the process smoother. That's what I did personally. It worked for me, because when things are not organized for me, it just kind of makes it more harder, makes it difficult to actually like smoothly go through the process. So that was another thing. And another thing, honestly, it was just like patience, because sometimes during the process of even writing, you can have writer's block. I would say don't force anything, because you want it to flow. You don't want it to seem like, oh, when someone's reading, they realize, oh, this part doesn't really, because maybe you try to force an idea, let it flow. Maybe if you're not feeling it, maybe just go for, I don't know, if it's summer, go for a walk, maybe do something else. Then maybe if you get inspired again, you can continue writing from where you stopped. I just believe that's the best way to write, instead of forcing ideas into a book that you put a lot of work in, and you don't want it to be like half
done.
Yeah, like, so I would just suggest that too. Those are my top three suggestions I would say for anyone writing a book, going through the process of writing a book or planning on publishing a book.
Amazing, amazing. Those are all great points. I love the fact that how you stress that the writer has to be involved with all the process and the journey of the writing the book, because making it more authentic, making it more you, and also taking break in between. It's okay to take a break. Even as an entrepreneur, a lot of times we reach the burnout period, and then that's where, like, we need to have to kind of take a break, sit back, reflect, and then come back again as stronger. I love how you mentioned that part. That's all great advice. So just going back to talk about social media, because I know social media plays a huge part, whether you're a business owner, whether you are a creative, a content creator. How does social media right now currently play a part in supporting your content or your career as an author?
Yes, social media plays a big role, like a major role for my book, because social media is where you can reach out to people all over the world, especially during this time where a lot of people, you can't, like, for example, I can print out the copies and can't hand it to a lot of people because of the COVID time. So social media is a way to reach people from all around the world very easily, from different countries. And it's an outlet where everyone can like just come together and just like, I don't know, just like it brings everyone together from all around the world. Like, and I just love it because I don't have to like, I can simply just put a link in my bio and people can literally go to that link and easily purchase it. No like too much hard instructions. They can just easily access, like the accessibility is like a major, like a bonus for me, because it makes everything easier. I'll be like, okay, put it on my story, a picture of my book, link in bio, you can purchase your book, done. Like, it's very simple, just one click away, you can get my book. So I think social media in that aspect has really helped me in promoting my book. And there's promotions that can reach people on different parts or different because on social media there's like people who watch certain things. I can pay for some promotions too that are not that expensive for even a couple hours a day, and it can reach a bunch of people. So like with social media, I've been able to do a lot of promoting for my book other than my family and friends. So I think that was a big bonus for me.
That's actually a very, very, very heavy that you mentioned it. Me being just in the digital marketing industry, I do understand that it all comes down to the target audience and you setting it up correctly. There's obviously definitely like audience for you to market, and the accessibility, it's huge, huge. I love the fact that how you mentioned social media. It's like a community of people, and getting like, now you'll be able to talk to somebody who's in Africa and you're in Canada here. It's just through the World Wide Web, right? And
yes.
You don't have to travel there. You can still get the message across. I love the fact that you mentioned that. It plays a huge part in a lot of industry. And even as an artist, as a writer, social media plays a huge, huge part. Other things that I also wanted to know a little bit about you, because we don't know, growing up, who would you say some of your inspirational or author that you look up to?
Yes. Thank you for asking that. I used to read some books like Robert Munch. I would read when I was younger because it's like kind of a rhyming book. But like as I got a little bit older, because I started, like, I think I was an advanced reader because we started really young and we knew how to read before like our grade a little bit. So we were a little bit ahead. So I would read a lot of books, but I would say my favorite authors had to be, like, as a kid, it was more of Robert Munch, but like as I got older, it was more of like Maya Angelou. Like her writing piece were really inspiring. Like those kind of books really inspired me. Sometimes I can't remember I don't know if it's Harper Lee.
Context?
Harper Lee. Yeah, that's what I remember. The books. Yeah, those books really inspired me because like I really love poetry books. I love nonfiction books. So I read a couple of those when I was younger. Also books that were like based on true life stories, like of people's experiences, because those books really inspired me to write my own journal, my own experiences and situations, or like life situations that I experienced. So yeah, but like I would say a major author that I would never like forget in a hurry, Maya Angelou, for sure.
Yeah, she's a big one. Definitely an iconic person and legendary. All her poetry, I know, I Still I Rise, that was like one of my favorite poems from her. And every time I read it or I see it, I'm like, yes, this is just kind of, it speaks to me, because the way she even articulate her point of view, or she articulate her literature, it's very, very profound.
Yes.
I love that she's actually one of your favorite as well.
Yes.
So the other questions I have for you is regarding your studies. I know you're in Law and Society. So what inspired you to actually go that direction?
So from when I was young, like, I don't know, like I was like kind of like a sensitive kid. Like I didn't like all those doctor stuff. I didn't like dealing with all that like medical stuff. I didn't like any like kind of police, firefighter, nurse, none of those jobs. I don't know, for some reason, like my dad would watch law shows like Law and Order and stuff, and I'd always want to watch it with him. And I just liked seeing them in their suits and their briefcases going to court. So naturally, I just loved law. Like no one forced me, or no one kind of put it on me like you should be one of these jobs, like the stereotypes they say like African parents do. No, that hasn't happened to me. I just loved law, like watching it. I just wanted to be like them. You know, when you're a kid and you see someone on TV, like I want to be like that one day. That kind of was what happened with me. And so I would also, I like, you know, sometimes in arguments, like I want to rebuttal until like, no, I'm not letting go until I win the, like, you know, so that was another factor. I was like, yeah, I want to be a lawyer.
So you are a great debater.
Yes, I wanted, like, I will go on until my point. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like, no, I'm right, and I'll prove every reason why my point is right. So I always felt like, no, I'm a natural, like, born lawyer. So
Nice.
I just really love law, like writing too. Like,
Mhm.
I just love that whole process. I don't know. Some people may find it like boring or too much paperwork, but I
Yeah.
just enjoy like that mind where I like using my brain to like come up with something scenarios. I just like, I don't know. I just really like it. Like even in my law classes, I
Mhm.
enjoyed like making or coming to verdicts about a case, or like, our, what do you call it, mock trials. I enjoy those. Those were really nice. Like I felt like an actual lawyer.
That's
So
amazing. Wow. That's very heavy because law requires a lot of not only are you going to be debating, but bringing facts and doing your research and then kind of stating your point of view and making sure that it's factual too. So yeah, those are all great things. Um, is there any other thing that you're currently working on behind the scene that we should know? Just gonna do a little plug in.
well, I'm not really like, I haven't really composed. I'm writing down and like getting ideas,
Mhm.
but like I don't want to say anything yet. Like I'm still, in that process of coming up with ideas.
Yeah.
I'll definitely know. I mean, I'll definitely let everyone know like soon enough when I've actually said yes. I think this is something. This is gonna turn out to be something good. Like I'm still in that like ideas. Okay, this idea. Let me see where this writing is gonna go kind of place.
Mm.
I'll definitely let the audience know when. Yeah, I have.
Amazing.
Yes.
Most definitely, we're definitely going to look forward to it and making sure that whatever project that you have in the future, feel free to always come back here. Neecee Lexy is like your second home. So we would
Yes.
love to support you in any endeavor that you have. I just wanted to also, before we go off, what is the three takeaway message or negative knowledge based on your own experience, where as a student, as a writer of poetry, that you would love to leave our audiences with?
Okay, so I just want to say that, okay, in life we are going to have people say that what you're doing or what you did or something you're doing is not good enough. You have to accept that not everyone's gonna like you or anything or everything you do. So you can't let everything everyone has to say get to you. You have to be strong for yourself and believe in yourself. That comes first. Yes, there's constructive criticism, but there's also just criticism to bring people down and make them feel bad. So I just want to let people know from my personal experience that people are going to say things, and whether, even if they do like it but if they're jealous, they may say something about you or what you're doing, but you can't let that stop you from being the best version of yourself, because there's only one you in the world, and you can't let one person or a couple people, what they have to say, stop you from being the best version of yourself, because that talent, you don't know where your talent can take you. So if you let people bring your talent down, bring you down and bring what you have down, then you won't be able to let your light shine. So you have to believe in yourself, have faith, and be the best version of yourself, and don't let what people say about you define who you are. Yeah, everyone's unique in their own way. So like, you just have to embrace your uniqueness and just understand that once you're able to like know your self-worth and embrace that, like in whatever people can say things, but it won't affect you, and it won't affect your light from shining. So that's what I have to say to everybody out there.
Amen to that, sister. Those are all incredible point that you have mentioned, and I definitely feel like today a lot of young writers or just young people that are listening to you are going to be inspired by your story, and they're going to be motivated to even chase their dream, and whatever that they put their mind into, they'll be able to accomplish, and obviously understand their uniqueness and embrace their uniqueness. So thank you so much for being here. And I hope, you know, for all the stuff that you've been doing, you bring it to success, and do come back to us anytime you want. And before we depart, I just wanted to also give you a big shout out and a congratulations, and also let our viewers know where they can find you, because they might be wanted to know.
Okay, yes, thank you. So I'm on Instagram. My name is Sincerely Bree on Instagram, SINCRELY.BRI on Instagram. Yeah, that's like the only social media handle that I actually use. So you guys can find me on Instagram. Yeah, and my book is on Amazon. It's available on Amazon. Just type in Beauty of Change and you should see it pop up. So yeah, support. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Britney. It was lovely talking to you. And I know for our viewers today, make sure to support your girl. Go purchase that book, okay? Like, there's a lot of
thank you
in there. Thank you so much for coming. And I hope you have a great evening. And feel free to reach at any time, okay?
All right. Thank you. Take care.